Hi everyone. Now that we have gone through the process to create an opportunity for either a listing or a co-broke sale, now I want to show you how to upload your executed documents to that opportunity in order to submit them to the Market Center. So again, we're in command agent.kw.com. On the left-hand side, we're going to go down to the handshake, which is opportunities. Remember that you need to either be under your team or your personal account if you are part of a team. You need to check with your rainmaker to determine where these opportunities will end up lying in which account. So in my case, this opportunity is in my personal account. It is a buyer opportunity, so I need to go down here to the buyer section. I know that it's in active, so I'm going to go active. And it's under searching and showing. So I'm going to swing down here. Here it is, Sally Sue Matthews, 144 Deer Drive. So I'm going to click on the blue hyperlink of the title. This is going to bring me back into my details tab. I'm now going to go to my documents tab. Now, what you will see is you have three different events. You have consultation, you have under contract, and you have closed. I've gone into .loop. As you can see, I got all my executed documents. I'm ready to go. Buyer, seller have signed them. We're under contract. So now I'm going to come up here, again, go back to my documents tab. I'm going to come over here and I want to make sure that this says attach files from, and then I want to select .loop, or if you've started the transaction in DocuSign, it would be DocuSign. In this case, I'm using .loop, so .loop is selected. So now I'm going to come down here and I'm going to look under each one of these events. I need to go through and add what documents I have. So my first one is consultation. I'm going to look here. I have consumer notice, which is a required document for the Market Center, and I have the buyer agency contract, which is required. So I'm simply going to come over here to the drop down. Now you'll see all my documents. I can actually go ahead and type in here as well. So you'll see I found consumer notice. I'm simply going to click it, and it is now uploading from .loop into opportunities. So it synced it together. I can click on it if I'd like, take a look at it, make sure it's all signed and good. I'm going to do the same thing with the buyer agency contract, which is here. Now, I've uploaded my consultation documents. So at this point, this event is done. You'll see it says open. At that point, you can go ahead and click Submit to Market Center. Now, I'm not going to do that at this point, but this is exactly the step that you would take, Submit to Market Center. So now you've done your consultation. Your consultation and your under contract documents can be submitted at the same time. You do not have to submit your consultation documents when you first meet the person. You just need to make sure that, just as in .loop, when you submitted a file to the office through .loop, you submitted your consultation and your under contract docs at the same time. So you're free to do that. If you'd like to come in here and submit your consultation documents when you first meet the person, that's fine too. Now we're going to go to the under contract event. And now you'll see I have lots of different documents here. Some are required, some are conditional. If we hover over the little information in the eye in the circle, it'll give you some basic information about this specific required document. You'll see conditional. This is the co-broke compensation. Obviously, we know that co-broke compensation is not required when Keller Williams is on both sides of the transaction, or our Market Center is on both sides of the transaction. I'm sorry. So we're going to do the exact same thing. We're going to come over here. We're going to input the agreement of sale. Great. Then we're going to come down here and we're going to find the co-broke. Great. We're going to find the buyer estimated costs. Great. We're going to find the seller property disclosure. Got it. The ABA, we'll just pretend that we'll pretend that I have the ABA in my file, as you should, because the ABA is required whether your buyer is using Simple Home settlements or not. You still need to have them either acknowledge that they want to use Simple Home or that they don't. It's just a required document. I would need to put in my pre-approval letter, deposit check. We know that you're not going to have the deposit check right away. It is okay that once you have all of your documents submitted here, it's okay to go ahead and submit this to the Market Center. You can always come back and add additional documents here if you need to. Just remember that if you submit this event, this under contract event, to the Market Center without your deposit check, you are going to probably get a kickback from compliance that basically says you need to have the deposit check added. And that's okay. We know that. So once you get that deposit check, make sure you get that put in there and resubmit this under contract event once you have that. Now you're going to obviously go through your transaction just like you normally would. When you get to closing, you're going to come down to the closed event as well. You're going to upload your ALTA closing disclosure or the HUD. You're going to upload your pre-settlement walkthrough. The closed portion is where you upload the buyer's reply to inspections as well as the change in terms to inspections. Those two are specific. If you have other addendums, you're going to go back to under contract and you're actually going to put them in this spot here, addendum 1. You can only do one document per, and that's okay, because if you have additional documents, you can come up to these 3 dots and you can click add document. I can call this, let's call this price escalation. The document type, we're just going to say it's an addendum. Now, I can search through .loop, obviously, to add my docs, or if I wanted to, I could upload it directly from my computer, which is great. I'm going to hit save. Oh, I need to upload a document, so let me just throw something in here real quick. Give it a minute. Great. So now you'll see this added an additional document down at the bottom called price escalation, and it's an addendum. So you'll want to do that, obviously, if you have more than one addendum. So this could be the price escalation. This could be, any additional change in terms, any additional blank addendum, anything additional that you need to add, on top of whatever you have here in addendum 1. All right. So back to closed, we also have a spot then for you to upload all of your inspections. So you want to make sure you put those in. So basically, once you get to settlement, you come back from settlement, you get all your documents uploaded, and you're going to go ahead and submit this entire event to the Market Center. You're going to want to come back to your under contract and consultation, and you'll want to see and make sure that there's not any red rejected over here on the side. Once these are approved, they will say approved. All right, so you definitely want to check that out as well. And just remember, like I said at the beginning, you don't have to put everything in your loop. It's okay to come up here to the attach files from and select my computer. So for example, if an agent doesn't use .loop, a co-broke agent does use .loop, and they send you a signed document, if you don't want to put it in .loop, that's fine. You can download it to your computer and then upload it this way, which is simple as you'll see now this is changed from a drop down to drag and drop your file here or browse. So you can do that either way. Now, if this were a listing file, we would be doing everything the same way. However, let me show you what a listing looks like. Because once you get a new listing out in the field, you're out and about talking to your people, you get a new listing, you're going to go ahead and create an opportunity prior to working on your listing documentation, like your listing contract, your utilities worksheet, your seller estimated costs, all those different things. And this is going to be what a listing document looks like. So you'll see you have listed, under contract, and closed. So again, just like we do in .loop right now, when we get a new listing, we upload all the new listing docs. We upload the listing contract, the estimated cost, the completed seller's property disclosure, the lead-based paint disclosure, any deed or utility info. We put all that in here and we submit that to the Market Center, just as we would in .loop right now. Okay, so simply you're going to pull in your documents right into here, and you're going to go submit to Market Center for the listed portion. Once you get a buyer under contract, then you're going to complete the same steps I just showed you, except you're obviously focusing on just the under contract, and the closed events. Hope you guys found this helpful. Next video, we will talk about how to create an offer and submit your commission. Thanks.